Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to bring you guys a review of the brand new iFLYTEK AI Note 2. Now, back in January, I reviewed the iFLYTEK AI Note Air 2, and iFLYTEK reached out again recently and offered to send me their brand new AI Note 2 to review for you guys. That means I haven't paid for this product, but this isn't a sponsored review. I've basically been given this product, I've been able to put it through its paces and try it out, and now I'm going to share my thoughts with you guys. And in this review, I'm going to share all of the features of this device and my experience of using it. It's going to be quite a long, in-depth review, so I will put chapters below. And I want to start this review by talking about the design. And the design is one of the biggest things with this device because it's had a complete overhaul. And this new design is insanely thin. It takes a lot with tech to surprise me, and unboxing this and seeing how thin it was really did. It's actually just 4.2mm thick, making it the world's thinnest e-ink tablet. It's also really light to hold at just 295 grams. This redesigned AI Note has nice silver rounded edges, a power button with a fingerprint scanner on the top, magnets on the side for the stylus, and then a USB-C port at the bottom for charging or connecting devices if you want to. The back is an off-white cover and has 4 rubber feet. This is handy because when you've got it on a desk and you're trying to write on it, it doesn't move around at all. The back also has 4 metal connectors, which are for their new keyboard case. This isn't something I've tried out. Then you also get the pen, which requires no batteries to use it. This pen can stick to the side of the AI Note using built-in magnets, and compared to the previous device that I tried out, these are much stronger. And then finally, the front has been designed so that the bezels blend into the screen, and I think this device looks really smart. It also has a big 10.65-inch display, which is a Carta 1300 e-ink display. When it comes to price, this device will cost you around $599. So let's get into the specification. So as I said, it has a 10.65-inch e-ink display. This display is touch sensitive and 300 dpi. It supports a resolution of 1920 by 2560. Inside is an RK3576 octa-core processor with 4GB of RAM. This helps keep the Android 14 on this device running nice and smoothly. It also has 64GB internal memory. For battery life, it has a 4000 mAh battery inside it. iFLYTEK say this battery life will last up to 14 days on one charge, and in trying to put it through its paces, I'd say they're about right. And actually, for a device that packs so much in, this is really impressive. For translation and voice recording, it has a built-in microphone. One thing to note is that there's no built-in speaker. That means when you want to listen back to an audio recording, you will need to use something like Bluetooth headphones. For unlocking the device, you can use PIN codes, but you can also use a fingerprint scanner which is built into the power button. This is pretty responsive and my favourite way to unlock the device. One big new addition is that iFLYTEK have now added the Google PlayStore. This gives you far more options for extra devices and also sync in perhaps any accounts you already have to this device. This means you can install something like the Gmail app. There's also the addition of AI chat via a new AI button which is at the bottom of the screen, and you just swipe in to load this up. This can help you find notes on the device itself, but then also ask general questions and get it to generate general content for you. This device also supports real-time translation in 15 different languages. It can translate across 10 languages, and it can do handwriting to text in 83 languages, which is great. When it comes to integrating your notes with other platforms, you can integrate with something like the AI Note mobile app for syncing all of your notes. It also supports an integration with Office 365. Now personally, it would be nice to see a Google integration come to this in the future. It's also important to note, especially if you're using this for business, that it does comply with GDPR regulations. If you want to know more about that, you can read that on the iFLYTEK website. So let's talk about setup. So once you've unboxed this, you're going to want to switch it on. The device will then talk you through the setup process. This will include creating an account, connecting it to your Wi-Fi, adding a passcode and fingerprints, and then you're done. Setup is nice and easy, and if you've got one of iFLYTEK's previous devices, your notes can sync straight onto that via the iFLYTEK account. So once you're set up, you're going to want to start using it. So let's talk about using the AI Note 2. And let's start off with the notes mode. So you can create notes and sort them into folders if you want to. If set up with an AI Note account, these can sync too. That means you can access on something like your mobile as well. In Notes, you can add a title page and select from a variety of templates to help you get started. That includes templates for schedules, weekly or monthly plans, and even a Pomodoro technique template if you want to track your time and kind of productivity. There's even some for sheet music as well, which as a musician is pretty cool. If you just start with lined paper, you can make notes using the stylus and using your own handwriting. You can use the on-screen keyboard, and you can even dictate using the microphone. When speaking, there is a small delay between you speaking and it appearing, but it does seem to work reasonably quickly and is pretty accurate. You can also switch between languages for text-to-speech as well. There's also some AI tools here as well. So if you've got some long meeting notes, you could ask AI to summarize them for you. It's capable of converting OCRs into Markdown, and you can even use it to generate a manuscript. For example, maybe you want a privacy policy outline. This works pretty quick, and from playing around with things like this, it seems to be pretty good quality as well. Of course, as with all AI generated content, you're going to want to make sure you check it and that it matches what you actually want. It is, however, a fantastic starting point. If you want to share your notes, you can do those via web, text, or PDF documents. You can share those via QR code or email. One of the really cool things about voice to text is that when it's done, you can tap a piece of text and hear what you're saying at the time, and it'll find the right part of that audio file. This is great for referring back to different sections, especially if you took those notes during a speech or a meeting or something. So let's talk about the second piece of functionality and talk about schedules. So scheduling has three key areas. There's calendar, tasks, and focus stars. Calendar lets you add notes to particular days, memos, and there's a daily report feature which can generate a daily report based on today and tomorrow's schedule. This gives you a high-level view of what's going on and what's been happening. You can also set this to auto-generate if you want to and choose the days it generates on and the times it generates on. If you've got a busy schedule, this is great for productivity. You can also add a Google Calendar as well. This is an improvement on the iFLYTEK device that I reviewed in January. The calendar section is also where you have top tabs for adding tasks. And this is a good time in the review to talk about using that included pen. So as I said, that pen attaches nicely to the side using magnets, and this works really well. One of the biggest things you notice when using this pen is that it really does feel like using a pen, and the latency is basically non-existent. There's also a nice feature on this pen where if you hold it slightly further away from the screen and press a button, you can then use it as a rubber. Then there's the reading mode. This is where you can read and import documents. You can do this via the cloud with OneDrive, you can use USB, or you can use Wi-Fi. You can also read books here, and there's some free ones in the bookstore that's included on the device. With these books and documents, you can add notes and annotate things nice and easily, which makes it a great study tool as well. And then there's a couple more built-in features we should talk about. So firstly, we should talk about email. You can set your email up on this device using things like Gmail, Outlook, or any other mailbox that you've got configuration settings for. This gives you all the same options for writing text for your emails. So you can write using your pen and translate that into text. You can speak, or you can just type on the keyboard. Secondly, there's apps. Now there are some default ones here, but now you also have access to the full Google Play Store. This means you can add something like the Kindle app for reading all of your ebooks. You can also download the Gmail app and access emails that way if you want to as well. The great thing about this is when you come to compose an email, even in a Gmail app, you still have access to use things like your voice or the pen or a keyboard. I really like that all of these features are available across the AI Note device. Now obviously there are some apps that you wouldn't expect to use or want to use on this device. For example, I downloaded YouTube, and as you'd expect, a video didn't play. When you're in an app, you also have a floating button which gives you an easy way to get out of it. This also gives you easy access to some other features across the device. The App Store also means you could download something like a web browser like Chrome and browse the internet and read news articles on a device that's really easy on your eyes because of that e-ink display. And in trying to put the AI Note 2 through its paces for this review, I found that it's really responsive. It's really comfortable to use for long periods of time, and things like voice to text and the on-screen keyboard and the stylus all work really well. But we should probably ask if there's any downsides. So in my opinion, the big downside is that there is no backlight on the screen. I expect this has been left out compared to their previous models to try and get that thinness right down. And of course, for the most part, when you're working in a room where there's daylight or you've got a light on, it really doesn't matter. But there are some situations where it'd be really useful to have a backlight. For example, if you wanted to use it as an e-reader in bed. And I think it's for this same reason of thinness that it also doesn't have a built-in speaker. And I don't think this matters too much when you can connect Bluetooth headphones to it easily. However, I know that it's something that will bother some people. And it does add an extra step if you want to listen back to audio. All in all, however, what's the verdict on the new iFLYTEK AI Note 2? And iFLYTEK have created a beautiful looking device that's really responsive and a fantastic tool for productivity. The addition of the Play Store as well is fantastic because it gives you access to a huge range of apps that you can then also use with things like that stylus and things like voice to text. The processor inside means it doesn't struggle with running those apps either, so I've been trying to use things like Chrome and the Gmail app. The addition of AI for summarising notes and kind of templating documents is also really good for productivity. And of course that e-ink display means it really does have fantastic battery life and is also really easy on the eyes for using for long periods of time. If you've got any questions about this device, do stick them below because I'm going to keep using it and I'll happily answer any questions you've got. If you do want to check it out, I'll put a link below as well. That's an affiliate link, so if you make a purchase using that link, I'll get a very small cut of what you spend at no cost to yourself. That just helps this channel out, and it means that I can keep saying to companies I don't want to make a sponsored review, I'm just going to make a video if you send me a product. It helps me stay impartial and hopefully produce really good content for you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more tech reviews when they come out, and I'll see you guys again soon.